All right, Kevin with you again. And today, what I want to do is I want to share with you the lessons that I've learned from doing six-figure joint ventures. And I trust you've been getting a lot of value as we've been going through these sessions. And if you haven't yet registered for my free JV Jedi webinar, I highly suggest you do that. As always, there's a link right here on these pages so that you can easily do that. But today, I got to tell you, for years, when I go to these events, whether it's, Yannick Silver's big underground event or the Traffic Conversion Summit or different mastermind groups that I'm a part of, people always want to know when they find out about what I've been doing and stuff. They always want to know, well, Kevin, how are you able to get such absolutely incredible results when doing joint ventures? Because I don't know anybody doing joint ventures and having the kind of success that you are. And prior to really digging into this and getting crystal clear on exactly how I do what I do, my typical response was, well, I just connect with people in an authentic and really candid way. And yet people would, so many people would respond as like, no, it can't be that. It can't be that. It's got to be something else. And they wanted to look at my process. They wanted to dissect my sales process, if you will, thinking that would uncover, the secret to all of my success. And the fact is yes, that's part of it. I mean, we definitely have to have a sales process for selling whatever it is that we sell. But, it really is about connecting with people in an authentic way and just being ourselves, just doing what we do and helping people and providing value in the way that we provide value and really having a heart and a passion for doing that. But I will tell you that in January of 2012, I made a very interesting discovery when my accountant and I were going over the 1099s for the previous year. Because, when you do all these joint venture projects, you got to report to the IRS who you paid money to at the end of every year. And, of course, you got to have 1099s in the mail by the end of January to the partners that you worked with, as well as you got to report to the IRS. And so I had gotten all this information together from my accountant, and I still hadn't noticed it until I actually met with him to start going over this. And what we found out was this. In the previous year, so in 2011, I had done a total of 34 joint venture projects where other people helped promote me and helped me spread the message about what I do by introducing me to their audience. Okay, so of those 34 projects, what we found out was that 8 of them produced more than 80% of the income that I made that year from doing joint ventures. The other 26 of those projects produced less than 20%. I mean, here it was like the 80-20 rule, Pareto's principle, was staring me right in the face. And see, prior to this, and this is where it's going to get into the meat of what I want to share with you about the lessons I've learned to doing six-figure joint venture projects. See, prior to seeing this and having my accountant, show me this, and we went over these numbers, I would pretty much do joint ventures with anybody that wanted to do a joint venture with me. And quite honestly, that's what a lot of people do. But now that I had this information right in front of me, I really started looking at okay, we did these 34 projects the year before, but of those 34, we had 8 of them that produced over 80% of the revenue for that year, while the other 26 produced less than 20%. Well, I started looking at what makes these other 8 partners so different, so unique. I mean, there were some good partners in the list of 26 too, but I was like, what if I really started focusing my efforts on attracting only those A-list joint venture partners who were a perfect match and fit for what I had to offer, and simultaneously keeping all the other stuff in mind that I've been sharing with you about, reaching outside of your industry or your niche, and because it doesn't take away from any of that, but when you get really clear on exactly who you can best work with and who you can best help and support and who can best help and support you, and amazing things happen. What happens is you can focus a whole lot less energy and effort onto this while attracting the very best, perfect, and natural fit partners who you end up having incredible results. So now that I was armed with this information, I really started digging into it. I started, talking with these 8 partners who we had such incredible results, and I really started digging in to figure out, okay, what made them so unique? Why did we have such great results? And in the course of doing that, I made yet some more great discoveries I'm going to share with you right now. And you'll see this because what I've done for my own business since going through this process is I have been able to get crystal clear on exactly who my ideal joint venture partner is. And we've got 3 main criteria. Okay, so when I'm looking at who my best potential A-list joint venture partner is, I now use these 3 criteria. And whenever I'm talking with anybody and the subject comes up, I let them know that, like, okay, my ideal A-list joint venture partner is this person. The first thing is that person has an audience of at least 500,000 people or more. And the second criteria is that they must have a really great relationship with that audience, meaning that when they make a recommendation or they make an introduction or anything like that, that carries weight with those people, with that audience. And so what I'm not looking for is a partner who's out there continually trying to promote this, that, and the other thing at the expense of the relationship they have with their audience. Because the fact is if all they care about is making a buck, then the reality is we're probably not going to be a right fit for each other, because I understand that the byproduct, the way you make income is by providing value to other people first. And see, because I understand that, I want to work and collaborate with people who also understand that and who share that same core value with me. And the third and final component of this is that my A-list partner, a percentage of their audience is already existing buyers, already identified buyers. And I used to think that this went without mentioning, but the fact is in the past, I've done joint ventures unknowingly with people who don't have any buyers on their list and any buyers in their audience. And quite frankly, I wondered, how are you sustaining your business? Because the fact is we need income, we need cash flow in order to sustain our business, to get our message out there, to invest in marketing, all of that kind of stuff. And so those are my 3 things, and by putting this out there and by continually talking about this and letting people know who my A-list partner is, what's kind of interesting is it starts a dialogue. And somebody might say, well, Kev, I know somebody who meets all the criteria except for maybe they don't have a list of 500,000 people. They only got a list of 200,000 people or maybe 100,000 people. Would you be interested in talking with them? And I'm like, well, I'll tell you what, if it's somebody that you feel would be worthwhile for us to have a conversation, I'm certainly open to doing that. And I just kind of leave it at that. And so these are kind of the things that I've learned and discovered as far as lessons learned for doing 6-figure joint ventures. And let me tell you, once you get clear on this, once you get, crystal clear on who you can best help, who can best help you, you start attracting the right kind of joint venture partners. You just have to put that process in place for being able to explain who that person is. And see, what I would like to do, and I've been talking about this with you through all of these sessions. And like I said, if you haven't yet registered for my free JV Jedi webinar, then definitely do that, because I would absolutely love to share this process with you. And I've been, since 2007, I have done hundreds and hundreds of joint venture projects, just kind of like the ones that I've been talking with you here. And as I go forward, it just continues to get easier and easier and more enjoyable. And we're making such a big impact in this world and doing what we do. And as a result, it's earned me the reputation as the JV Jedi. And I've documented this entire successful process for you And if it's something that you believe that you would get value from, like I said, I'd love to share it with you on my free JV Jedi webinar. And all you got to do is just click the link right here on this page, and you'll be able to get access to that. And like I said, there's no charge for that whatsoever. And I'm sharing this process for two specific reasons. The first one is that so many of my partners have told me that this process has the power to completely transform the way that joint ventures is done. And I firmly believe that. I firmly believe them, and I know that this is something that's that powerful. And I got to tell you, it is so exciting for me to think about the ripple effect that's going to come from what you and I are doing right here, right now, and how many millions of dollars of value is going to be created as a result. And the second reason, and for those of you who are already running successful businesses, but maybe you haven't capitalized on joint ventures yet, or maybe you just haven't had the kind of success that you'd really like to experience with joint ventures, well, this simple process, it's going to open up a whole new world for you. And it's going to take your business to the next level. So like I said, I look forward to sharing the JV Jedi process with you. Just click the link below and you will get access to that. And I will speak with you on the other side. Talk with you then.